Can you describe more what it felt like, that state you're referring to?
Yeah, I can try. It's fun to try to describe because words always fail miserably, but um, it's probably easiest to describe sort of how I was experiencing reality differently. So I like to say that when the personal self disappears, you've always heard these teachings in non-duality, like there's seeing, but there's no seer, right? There may even be thinking, but there's no thinker. Well, to experience that's pretty wild, because it's even more true than the words give credit to. I was so devoid of a personal sense of self, like it was as if there was no inside anymore, if that could make sense. So like I would just be in this state of pure childlike wonder at reality. Just everything was just amazing. Like how are these water molecules in this form like this? How does the body drink them? It's just incredible. Everything's a miracle, right? And I would literally walk by the mirror every so often and be like surprised to see a reflection staring back at me. I would feel like I wouldn't remember how I got places very often. I would just be like, I was working at Google at the time. So thankfully the programming and conditioning of the body could still operate to some extent. So I could drive to work just in this samadhi state. I get to work, I'm training my clients and they're like, wow, Aaron, your energy is very different today. I'm like, yeah, I'm just so happy. And I'm just so happy to be here with you. They're like, okay, creepy, So it was kind of like that. And I'll tell you what kicked me out of it was I woke up on 2 weeks to the day where that experience had happened. And a thought occurred to me, wow, it's been 2 weeks that I've been in this state of consciousness unbroken. I wonder if this is my permanent state. I wonder if I am enlightened, right? That was the first ego thought. So a claimer reintroduced itself and claimed that state for itself. There's now a self who is enlightened. And that's a huge difference. Before there was just enlightenment, or as I like to call it, illumination, just a total illumination of consciousness. And then when the ego, the sense of me, my stories and the Aaron character and all the memories he has come into that picture and say, oh, this is now my state of consciousness. That's what brought ego back online. And I didn't really catch it when it happened because I just thought, wow, like maybe this is like my Eckhart Tolle experience. And slowly but surely I started, old thoughts came back, suffering came back. And then after that experience, suffering was much worse. It was like straight into the dark night of the soul. So that gave me a lot of resource to do some spiritual seeking.